Okay, let's try and get this door restored. Price of a new door is, oh, it's frightening. It's, without the glass, without the mechanism inside for winding up and down the window, you're looking at about £370 per door frame. So I'm thinking that yes, it would be much easier and quicker just to buy a new door. And that's not even an OEM door we're talking about, like an actual aftermarket door. I mean, that's one option, but I'm going to see, you can get like repair sections for the bottom here. This is the part that tends to rust on these, because obviously that's the lowest part of the ground and all the salty water splashes up and it kind of gets trapped in here. So let's take it apart and then we'll see basically if it can be salvaged. Right, I'm going to take out this panel. So you've got, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10mm bolts. I've already taken out these 2 screws for the handle, and that'll give us access to the windscreen wiper. The door window thing. Technical terms only on this channel. So let's just keep going, you know. I need to take it apart anyway, because if I get a new door, right, it's not going to come with the glass, it's not going to come with the internal bit. So at least I just have a video for my so I can remember how I took it apart. The door skin itself is aluminium, so the parts that rust are obviously the steel frame itself. You can get new aluminium skins, but the problem is that you have these steel sections, well, the frame of the door essentially, and when they corrode and rust, that does actually corrode the aluminium on the other side. So you can see along there where all the paint's bubbled is because of this steel strip that goes across. So yes, I could repair this door and make it look nice, but the thing is, in 2-3 years time, what happens once this, you know, starts to rust again? Can I cut this strip out, weld in a new bit? It's a lot of work, and I don't know if it'll be as good. And then I'd have to cut all this out because it's just going to bubble at the bottom of the door as well. Yeah, not sure about this one. I might just see if I can get a complete replacement frame, which would save me a lot of time and effort. But as I say, it's just expensive. I'm just trying to save money where I can, but sometimes you gotta just think about the long game. So okay, I'll have a think. I'll have a look online. She's not so pretty, eh? This freaking skin on here, honestly. Past the point of no return now, no doubt in my mind. Right, so the long rod here connects into this little part here. Disconnect that just now. Whoa. Well, what's left of it. You see all the clean metal underneath where the rubber was that I pulled off. And then they've got this. Look at it. Alright, well, that's a frame. Well, this door, driver's side door, is in a bit of a worse state. This bottom part here is, I'm just going to get a whole new section here and weld it in at the bottom. That's too far gone, obviously. The other bit that's worse on this side is that this is completely snapped through. But what I'll do, I'll weld this and reinforce it, so it won't get seen anyway, so it doesn't need to be that pretty, but I'll try and do a good job of that. But on the other door, apparently these kind of are quite common to fail, so on the other door I'll see if I can reinforce it as well. It's not snapped on the other one, but just to try and give that peace of mind, because hopefully these doors, once they're all done, will be in the Defender for a long time to come. So yeah, let's crack on, repeat the process like we did for the first one. I was just going over it with a wire wheel here, trying to clean it up. About halfway there, you just see the difference in the amount of crud that's just built up. I've got this like the sealant, the glue for the skin that I just need to try and remove that old stuff there. I might just buy some sort of solvent because it's really sticky stuff. Steep it overnight or something in that solvent. Ordered a new skin for it, new aluminium skin, which was £128. So yeah, a brand new door, as I say, is about 370 for the bare door without all the fittings and stuff. So I think that overall this is going to be a bit of a saving, and the other good thing, I guess, is that it's an original OEM part, so you know it's going to fit perfect. It's the one that came off the car, and it's actually, underneath all this stuff, it's not as bad as it could be. With the other Land Rovers, or my last couple of ones anyway, this bottom section tends to completely rust out. I mean, I could put in a new panel, but it's actually, I think I'm just going to try and, go with that one and clean it up as best I can. So yeah, we'll get this cleaned up and wait for the parts to arrive, and then we can start with the next stages. Got some primer on the way, some etch primer. I got some rust converter which I can use beforehand, and then after I've done the etch priming, I'll paint it probably in like hammerite. There's even another layer of rust protection, and then we'll assemble the whole thing. I'll then get all primed again with the skin on it, and then painted the final colour, which I'm thinking of going for Keswick green for this Land Rover. So yeah, let's crack on with it. Right, so the driver's side door, it was snapped in this section here, which is where the lock goes. So you activate obviously the lock from inside. So that portion there, it's snapped all the way along this seam here, I guess. I think that's quite common for this to happen. I've read up on that, so what I've done is I've just made up a couple of little brackets here. Made sure to just leave enough space so that the portion that supports the window can still get into these holes. Next up, I've cleaned up sort of around the seam as well. I'll give it a good clean, and then I'll weld along this seam here and here as well, just for an extra layer of sort of strength. It's a messy job this, but we've got all the gunk of these ones and the crusty mud and rust. Next up, I've got this stuff here, rust. You spread it all over, and it turns black after it's reacted with the rust to kind of, well, convert it to non-rust. That's the plan anyway. So we'll give that, I've already given this one coat, just finished this one, and once that's done we can do primer. Well, give it a nice coat, so let's wait for that to dry off, and as I say, it should turn black. Yeah, I'm not actually going to be priming next. What I'm going to be doing is installing the replacement panel at the bottom here, because this one's just too far gone. And a little bit of welding. There's a little split somewhere. Is it this one? Just there. Just going to weld that up as well. Once that's done, then I'll be able to paint them. So yeah, I'm getting there slowly but surely. So door number 1, driver's side door. We've taken out the very bottom of the door, and this is our repair section here. So I'm going to just cut along these welds, and got myself an upgraded welder. This is a 250 volt versus like the 90 volt one I had before, and it's so much better. Had amazing reviews. I got it for a good deal, a warehouse deal on Amazon for 200. The brand new, they're a 350, so I got a deal on that. So that one down there is retired for the time being, and yeah, it's just much better. It's just much cleaner welds. So we will it's a bit late just now because I don't want to wake up the neighbours, but tomorrow's job is to trim these bits off, and then do one door at a time. Right, that's our new section welded in. Oh, I love my new welder. So yeah, just waiting for the other repair section to come for this door. This was not as bad, but I may as well just put in the whole new section like I've done here. So this is actually now ready for paint. I made a bit of a mess, but I've painted it in primer, etch primer. I'm going to give it a coat now of Hammerite for even more rust proofing. As many of you Landrover owners will know, the more rust proofing you can add, the better really. So we've got our 3 coats of etch primer, and we've got a coat of Hammerite on top. Now I'll leave this to dry for a couple days, and then we will place the door skin on top and glue it on with our polyurethane, and then fold over the corners and take it from there really. So this is what I'm using. Don't really know if it's the right thing or not, but I've just fucking smothered the whole thing with this. I'm just gonna let it set overnight, put a bit of weight on it just to make sure everything sets okay, and then tomorrow I can start folding around the edges and then install all of the glass back in. So we are making some nice progress. How cool would it be to actually have the whole defender like this brushed aluminium look? Just clear coat it, yeah? Clear coat the whole car. All new panels. Yeah, I don't know. Never seen that being done before though. This isn't lining up perfectly, but it's where it has to sit. That's the only way it can go in, so I'll just have to hopefully, I'm hoping that the door handle will still get installed okay. I've got a pair of these things and I'm just kind of going around it. What I've been doing is, well, I've lost my GoPro, but I've kind of just been bending it round, so like just bit by bit, and then when it gets far enough round, I've just been putting this on it and then just kind of pushing it around. So don't know if that's the right way to do it, but it seems to be working okay. So this doesn't line up perfectly, but I don't know. I mean, this was put in like Right, done. All put back together. So they came out pretty good. Obviously need to figure out what colour we're going for this Defender, but I'm just gonna, I've not put the glass back in, I've not put the trim, I've got a new trim kit with all the you know, all the bits and pieces that go in and around the window. I've got new handles to go on, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to package these away for now, and I will pull them back out when we're ready to do some more assembly, but right now we're not at that stage. So yeah, turned out pretty good, pretty happy with them, and they're the original doors, so you know that they're gonna fit perfect. So that's it for this episode, and catch you in the next one.